The Galactic Council chamber hummed with energy as delegates from 100 species convened for the preliminary assembly. Towering holographic displays dominated the central arena, projecting shifting images of a desolate, hostile planet. Its surface roiled with acid oceans, volcanic expanses, and forests where plants seemed to writhe with predatory intent. High Councilor Vrax, their crystalline form refracting light, gestured toward the displays. Cavalax 9 is ready for this century's Deathworld Summit, they declared. As tradition demands, we've enhanced certain environments and introduced new apex predators to ensure a formidable challenge. Murmurs of approval rippled through the crowd. Every century, the galaxy's most lethal species gathered for the summit, a grueling test of survival, ingenuity, and strength. Victors would earn a wish granted by the Council, the revered title of inviolable species, and, most crucially, respect and fear across the galactic community. Vrax continued, invitations have been dispatched to all qualifying Deathworld species. The Zern, Swarm, Zyron, and Brackners have confirmed their participation. A junior aide scurried to Vrax's side, whispering urgently. Vrax's crystalline form flickered with what might have been confusion. It appears, Vrax announced slowly, our classification system has identified an additional participant. Humans from Sol 3, locally known as Earth. The chamber erupted in laughter so intense that several methane-breathing delegates adjusted their regulators to avoid choking. Those frail primates, bellowed Commander Rax of the Zern, his massive reptilian frame quaking. They inhabit a paradise world, no extreme radiation, mild climates, stable geology, minimal predators. There seems to have been a classification error, Vrax admitted, consulting a datapad. Something about their planet's microbial diversity, atmospheric makeup, and the species' unusual biological resilience triggered the protocol. A Brackner representative, her stone-like form rumbling, scoffed, let them come. They'll provide amusement for the first few hours before they perish. I wager they won't survive the landing. Laughter filled the chamber again as betting odds against human survival past the first day soared to 10,000 counts. Meanwhile, at Earth Alliance headquarters in Geneva, 4 humans stared in disbelief at a holographic invitation hovering above their conference table. Is this a prank? Asked Captain Margot Mags Reyes, sipping her ever-present coffee, her calm masking excitement for a new challenge. Dr. Alina Novak, the team's xenobiologist, was already analyzing the accompanying data packet. Fascinating, she murmured, zooming in on an image of a creature resembling a tiger, crossed with a praying mantis, armed with scythe-like forearms. The atmospheric compounds on Cavalax 9 could unlock dozens of new biochemical pathways. Fascinating isn't the word I'd choose, muttered Marcus Patel, the engineering prodigy, sketching upgrades to their standard gear. But I can probably shield us from that acid rain. Jaden J. Black, the team's wildcard and self-proclaimed morale officer, bounced in his seat. Guys, we're heading to a Death Planet obstacle course against the galaxy's scariest freaks. It's the ultimate reality show. Director Wong eyed her team with concern. You don't have to accept. The Galactic Council clearly misclassified Earth as a death world. It's a Class 3 habitable planet. Margot set down her mug with resolve. With respect, Director, when do humans get invited to major galactic events? We're always deemed too young, primitive, or fragile. This is our chance to prove what we're made of. Jay grinned mischievously. Plus, the worse they think we are, the sweeter it'll be when we crush it. Wong sighed, knowing she couldn't dissuade them. Very well. You 4 will represent Earth at the Deathworld Summit. Your primary mission is survival, not victory. Why not both? Margot replied as her team exchanged determined glances. Unbeknownst to them, their acceptance transmission sparked fresh laughter in the council chamber, where bets on their swift demise poured in. They accepted, Vrax announced to renewed amusement. Prepare their standard equipment loadout. Commander Rax of the Zern bared his razor-sharp teeth in a predatory grin. I look forward to adding human skulls to my collection, though they seem hardly worth the effort. In the following days, the Earth team trained rigorously and studied Cavalax 9. Marcus upgraded their survival gear with enhanced protections. Alina pored over data on the planet's biology and environment. Margot drilled them in combat and evasion tactics. Jay, while mostly annoying everyone with his enthusiasm, compiled a surprisingly detailed catalog of palatable survival rations. When the day arrived, they boarded the Council's transport to Cavalax 9, silently aware it might be a one-way trip. "We've got this," Jay said, breaking the tension as they entered the planet's turbulent atmosphere. "We're humans, too stubborn to die." The transport shuddered through Cavalax 9's caustic clouds. Through the viewport, they glimpsed a hellscape of jagged peaks, bubbling tar pits, and vegetation pulsing with malice. "Fascinating," Alina whispered, eyes wide as they passed a forest where trees devoured a six-legged creature. The landing was rough but not disastrous. As the hatch opened, acrid air assaulted them, even through their breathing filters, smelling of sulfur, burnt plastic, and something alien. "Atmospheric acid content at 3.2%, Alina reported, checking her sensors. "Within tolerance for our gear, but no exposed skin." Stepping onto the surface, Margot noticed they weren't alone. A crystalline ship had deposited a group of Zern warriors, 8-foot-tall reptilians with natural armor and augmented battle harnesses. The Zerns spotted the humans and made mocking gestures. "Look at the soft skins," one called in galactic standard. "Bets on which dies first." "Ignore them," Margot ordered. "First priority, secure a base." They moved from the landing zone, seeking defensible terrain. The competition rules were straightforward. Survive 7 standard days, overcome the planet's challenges, and outlast or defeat other competitors. Violence between teams wasn't forbidden, though outright extermination was discouraged, bad for viewership. 2 kilometers from the landing site, they found a rocky outcrop with a clear perimeter and proximity to a hissing water source. "Set up before nightfall," Margot directed. "Marcus, rig the shelter. Alina, sample local flora, full protective gear only. Jay, help me secure the perimeter." By dusk, they had a fortified base with a stone-reinforced shelter, Marcus's modified atmospheric scrubbers, and layered defenses, from early warning systems to intricate traps. "Not bad for day 1, Margot said as they ate protein packs and purified water inside the shelter. Alina reported, "I've identified plants with symbiotic fungi that neutralize ambient acidity, potentially useful." Marcus nodded. "If we can repurpose those compounds, we could extend our gear's protection." Jay, unusually serious, added, "I spotted 3 predator species watching from the trees. They're curious, but stayed clear of the perimeter." "Well done," Margot said. 4-hour watch rotations. I'll take first." As night fell, Cavalax 9 glowed with bioluminescent life and echoed with eerie sounds. Acid rain pattered against their shelter. In the distance, they saw other bases, the Zern's glowing fortress, the Swarm Zyron's pulsating hive, and the Brackner's minimalist stone ring, immune to the elements. "This is real," Jay whispered. "We're on a Deathworld playing Alien Survivor." "Rest," Margot advised. "Tomorrow gets serious." She was right. At dawn, the ground churned, revealing a colony of car-sized subterranean predators with thrashing tentacles and gnashing maws. "Ground liquefiers," Marcus shouted as their shelter sank. "Move," Margot ordered. They grabbed essentials and fled as their base vanished into the writhing mass. Other teams faced similar chaos. The Zern fired energy weapons, while the Brackners stood unbothered by their density. Alina pointed to a stable, rocky ridge. "Those creatures avoid bedrock." They dodged whipping tentacles, Jay narrowly escaping with a gamer's agility. On the ridge, they caught their breath. Their shelter was gone, but emergency packs held essentials. "That's one way to start the day," Jay panted. "No coffee, Mags." Margot's glare held a flicker of amusement. "Regroup. We need new shelter and water." They traversed the ridge, finding a cave system for temporary shelter. Marcus set up remaining tech, while Alina found cave minerals neutralizing acidic condensation. "Like limestone, but alien," she said. "We can use this." Margot and Jay scouted, spotting slasher pups, wolf-sized predators with bladed spines, hunting in packs. "Problem if they target us," Margot noted. "Or allies," Jay quipped, earning another glare. By midday, their cave base was secure, with Marcus's water purifier using Alina's mineral discovery. Heavy footsteps interrupted their planning. "Company," Margot warned, gripping her pulse rifle, council-approved standard gear. 4 Zern warriors blocked the cave entrance. Their leader, marked by ornate harness carvings, growled, "Soft skins survived the first challenge. Commander Rax will be surprised." "We're full of surprises," Margot replied. "What do you want?" "This territory is Zern Dominion," he declared. "Your water source is ours. Leave or die." Marcus edged toward a device. Alina feigned disinterest while listening, and Jay stepped forward despite Margot's warning glance. "We were here first," he said. "Galactic Common Law, Section 47B, Paragraph 3, our claim. But we'll share the water, like civilized folks." The Zern, baffled by negotiation, snarled, "Zern don't share. Vacate by sunset." As they left, Jay called, "Great meeting. Let's do lunch." Margot rounded on him. "Trying to get us killed?" "Buying time," Jay grinned. "They think we're easy, so they won't rush. Gives Marcus time, right?" Marcus nodded. "Their harnesses have an electromagnetic signature I can disrupt. I've got cave entrance ideas." Alina held up a vial. "This cave mineral compound could neutralize their acid protection." By sunset, the Zern returned to an apparently empty cave. Thin wires Marcus strung triggered an electromagnetic pulse, shorting their harnesses, while Alina's mist coated their gear, nullifying acid resistance. Margot and Jay ambushed with non-lethal stun weapons, driving the disoriented Zern back. "What sorcery?" their leader roared. "Human ingenuity," Margot said. "We'll share the water or find another source. Choose." The Zern retreated, their leader glaring. "This isn't over, softskins." Inside the cave, Margot warned, "They'll return with reinforcements." "Not tonight," Marcus said. "Their harnesses need recalibration." "We've shown humans aren't pushovers," Alina added. Jay rummaged for protein bars. "These only taste like slightly used gym socks." Despite the danger, they laughed. A small victory on a deadly world. In orbit, the Council watched with growing interest. Holographic feeds showed the humans not only surviving, but repelling a Zern raid. "Most unexpected," Vrax murmured. "Perhaps the classification wasn't a mistake." "A fluke," another counselor insisted. "Tomorrow's challenge will end them." Privately, Vrax adjusted his wager. Human survival odds had dropped from 10,000.1 to 500.1. The next morning, Cavalax 9 had transformed overnight. A geological quirk, Alina explained. New acid geysers and wildlife migrations altered the terrain, and their water source grew more acidic, straining Marcus's purifier. "We adapt," Margot decided. "Scout for resources and fortify." They split into pairs, Margot with Alina, Marcus with Jay. The planet grew stranger with every step, vegetation pulsed with awareness, and predators grew larger. Alina catalogued species, thrilled by their rapid evolution. Margot kept her rifle ready. Make sure those adaptations don't involve eating us. Marcus and Jay found a crashed alien probe, its salvageable tech, a gold mine for Marcus to enhance defenses. Laser cannon? Jay asked hopefully. Improved sensors, maybe a shield, Marcus replied. Regrouping, Alina shared her find, a fungus neutralizing acidity. Marcus had tech to bolster defenses. Jay, surprisingly, had a six-legged, toothy follower he named Milo. He hated my ration bar and stuck around, Jay said. Margot forbade keeping it, but Alina argued interspecies cooperation was valid. Outvoted, Margot relented. If it eats our supplies, or us, you're responsible. That night, Margot warned, the Council will escalate challenges for spectacle. Alina noted historical data suggested bred predators, environmental disasters, or forced team conflicts. So we're doing great and they'll make it worse, Jay said, petting Milo. Reality show logic. Dawn brought a storm with acid rain and lightning targeting tall objects with eerie precision. New predators appeared, engineered for each team's weaknesses. For humans, enormous hyena-like hounds with acid-repellent skin circled their cave, using echolocation to coordinate. Council implants control them, Marcus confirmed. They're programmed to flush us into the storm, Margot reasoned. Alina analyzed a sample, engineered to survive here. Milo, agitated, emitted a high-pitched cry, disorienting the hounds. Sonic vulnerability, Marcus realized, rigging a sonic emitter from comms gear. It repelled the hounds, allowing relocation to higher rock formations, safer from lightning but exposed to other teams. There, they encountered swarm Zyron scouts, hive-minded insectoids. A drone approached, offering humans, unexpected survival. Proposition, temporary cooperation against Council interference. Shared weather data, joint defenses, non-aggression until storm passes. After debate, Margot agreed. The alliance held with Zyron's weather predictions and the humans' sonic weapon countering predators. By nightfall, they had a joint camp. Never thought I'd bunk with space bugs, Jay said, watching Zyron efficiency. They probably find our single minds bizarre, Alina replied. The storm passed, revealing sinkholes and ancient ruins. The Zyron left civilly, their drone noting, humans more adaptable than records suggest. Future cooperation possible. The ruins, a 50,000-year-old precursor outpost, held intact data and advanced systems. Alina found records indicating Cavalax 9 was terraformed to contain a sovereign predator, a hyper-adaptive life form too dangerous to study elsewhere. Marcus activated systems, locating a containment facility 10 kilometers away, hidden from orbital scans. A council broadcast interrupted. Final phase. 4 teams remain. The Overlord Beast, a super predator, has been released to hunt you. Survive 24 hours to win. Worse, the sovereign predator's containment was failing, destabilized by recent storms. So, an Overlord Beast hunts us, and an ancient monster might escape, Jay summarized. Alina found precursor bioagents to neutralize adaptive predators, potentially effective against both. They headed for the containment facility, evading the Overlord Beast, a chimeric horror of scales, fur, and metal plates. It obliterated a lone Brackner, adapting to its durability. At the facility, a genetic lock required precursor codes from the outpost. Inside, a massive chamber held the still-living sovereign predator. Alina's plan: stabilize containment, synthesize the bioagent, and lure the Overlord Beast into a trap. Marcus stabilized the containment temporarily. Alina produced the blue bioagent, and Jay rigged drones with human sense as decoys. Margot and Jay deployed the trap, using precursor weapons unfamiliar to the beast's defenses. The beast chased the decoys into the trap, where canisters sprayed the bioagent, disrupting its adaptation. Precursor weapons targeted its weakening hide, wounding it. Enraged, it charged Marcus, but Jay distracted it, luring it toward a narrow ravine. Milo's attack on its eyes bought Jay time to hide. Margot fired a final bioagent canister into a wound, collapsing the beast's systems. It fell, dead, to galactic shock. "We did it," Marcus breathed. Council drones broadcast the upset, crashing betting systems. Vrax congratulated them, granting the inviolable species title and a wish. Margot claimed Cavalax 9 for research. "A death world?" Vrax asked, stunned. "Its properties intrigue us," Margot smiled. 6 months later, Project Adaptation thrived. Research bases studied the stabilized containment facility, and extreme tourism funded medical breakthroughs from Cavalax 9's fungi. The team overlooked their transformed world, a memorial marking their victory. "They thought inviting humans was a mistake," Jay said. "It was," Margot replied, sipping coffee. "Their mistake." Lightning flashed beyond their dome, illuminating the deadly beauty of their new domain.